righty, good morning. Find your comfortable seat. Get your wiggles out, move around a little bit. Roll your shoulders. I'm sore from the tip of my head to the soles of my feet. My ribs are sore, my back really isn't that much sore than normal, but I'm sore up here from holding stuff, I guess, and twisting and moving. So we might do twist today. All right, find your seat between your sit bones, between your pubic bone and your tailbone. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Find your stillness. Close your eyes and take a few gentle breaths. Tune into the way the breath feels coming into your body. As you exhale all of your air out, feel the energy at the bottom of your pelvic bowl. Slowly inhale. Feel the energy rise through your body, kind of like an elevator from the bottom to the crown. Inhaling high, exhale nice and slow, and feel the energy lower down into the pelvic bowl. Inhaling, reaching through the crown, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, letting the energy settle into your sit bones. Very slight movement. It's almost as with each inhale, you lengthen and you grow like an inch or so. And with every exhale, you let your body settle into itself. Rooting through your sit bones. Your inhale, you grow, you feel everything expand and lengthen through the crown. Feeling your lungs, and then exhale, settling down in. Today we're going to do some yin postures, and yin postures are held, they're completely supported and held a little bit longer just to help repair. Help focus on your breath. So to start with our yin postures, I want you to lean back in your chair, draw your abs in, all the way to the back, lengthen through the crown, relax your shoulders against the chair. Feel your entire spine touch as much of the chair as it can. Breathe into your chest. Breathe into the sides of your chest, right next to your bicep. And then I want you to slowly dip your head forward as if you just fell asleep in the chair. Don't push and squeeze your neck together. Don't squeeze into your voice box. Just let it dip naturally and feel the length in the back of your neck. And I want you to flip your hands over on your lap so the palms are up. Fingers are relaxed. Roll Roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Slide your left hand off your lap and let it hang. Breathing into the left side of your neck. I want you to inhale and rock your head backwards in space, like you're going to lay your head on the wall behind you. And then exhale and rock your chin back forward a little bit. Inhale, open up the neck in front, rock head back. Exhale, rock head forward. You're keeping your right ear towards your right shoulder. You're just moving the stretch from the front of your left neck to the back of your left neck. Inhaling back, creating space in your throat. Exhaling, creating space in the back of your neck. Do one more breath. And then bring your ear to line back up with your shoulder. Return your left hand to your lap, palm up. Tuck your chin and start slowly rolling to center. And pause at center. Realign your spine if you start leaning over to that right side. Pause at the center, supported back. Breathe for a moment. Feel the difference between the two sides. Slowly start to roll the left ear over, opening the neck on the right. And slide the right hand off your lap. Inhaling, we're opening up our space in the front of the neck by tilting backwards. Exhale by bringing your chin forward, open the back of the neck. It doesn't have to be very big. Just go back until you start to feel it in the front of your neck. And then just come forward until you start to feel it right next to your spine in the back. Inhaling back and open. Exhaling forward and close. Do one more breath. After your last breath, center your ear back up with your shoulder. Bring your right hand back on your lap, palm up. Tuck your chin and roll your head forward. Realign, resituate your spine if you felt like you're starting to lean to one side. Now tuck your chin in a little tighter, squeezing in through the voice box. Just keep it squeezed in and slowly roll back up to neutral. Come through neutral, lift the chin to the ceiling. And as you lower, you're gonna reach and jut your chin out. So reach out, lowering in, scooping that backhoe out. Squeeze into your voice box, pull in tight, lengthening the back of your neck, and then start to roll up, all the way up tall, chin to ceiling. Reach through that chin bone, reach it forward and out, scooping out, squeezing in, lining up your neck before lifting up again. One last time. Just breathe however it feels good. Jut through the chin as you reach it out forward, scoop in, squeeze in, start to roll back up to neutral, nice and gentle. And pause. Breathe. We're going to stack our vertebrae to come back up. So I want you to engage your glutes, engage your pelvic floor, pull your abs in a little bit, and slowly start to come up off the back of the chair. Everything stacked on top of each other, head floating on top, lengthen through your crown. I want you to bring the palm of, or the tips of your right fingers onto the top of your shoulder, elbows forward. Just keep your left one relaxed. We're gonna do some rotation. So you're gonna take an inhale up and around, and then exhale down and around. Start inhaling as you start lifting. And exhaling as you start lowering. Inhale up and around. Exhale down and around. Come back to forward elbow. We're going to go the other direction. So start with the breath in. Exhale down and around. Inhale as you start to go up. Exhale as you start to go down. Inhaling up and around. Exhale down and around one last time. All the way down, relax the back of your hand back to your lap. Switch sides, left fingertips on left shoulder, elbows forward. Start inhale up. Exhale down and around. Inhaling up. Exhale down and around. Inhale up. Exhale down and around. Pause with your elbow facing forward again. I'm going to go the other direction. Start with a deep breath. Exhale down and around. Inhale on your up. Exhale on your down. One more. On your exhale down, go ahead and lower your hand all the way down to your lap. Pause for a moment, take a breath. Palms are face up. Lift your back of your hands off of your lap so that your forearms are parallel to the ground, like you're holding your tray. Two individual trays open up to the outside. You're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, draw your elbows back into your sides, keeping your drink trays to the outside. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw in. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, draw them in. Right palm down, left palm up. And just lean right. Stay tall in your spine. Breathe. Deep breath into the side wall of your chest on the left side. And draw your elbows back into the side. Hands come up to either side. Center your spine, lengthen. Left hand down, right arm up. Lean to the left. Nice big deep breath into your right ribs. As you exhale, bring your arms back down or bring your elbows back in and hands parallel. We're going to do it again on each side. Right down, left up. Big deep breath into your left rib. As you finish your exhale, bring your hands back to parallel. Take a breath. Switch, left hand down, right arm up. Lean. Big breath into the right rib. As you begin your exhale, bring your elbows back in, arms parallel. Flip your hands so they face down. Lengthen through the crown. Right hand, you're gonna reach it out, straighten out. Slide it forward, lead with the thumb. Bend your elbow, draw it back in. Kind of like you're waxing the car. You're reaching out. Slide forward with thumb. Draw elbow back in. Reach out to the side. Come forward, lead with thumb. Draw it back in. Let's do the other side. Left side, reach out. Slide in with the thumb. Elbow come back in. Take it out. Slide in. Draw it back. Last one. Out. Slide it forward. Drop in. And relax. Roll your wrists and roll your fingers. We held our hands wide for quite a while. And just do some little tiny twists to warm up our spine some more. Twister as big or as little as you feel like you want. Feel the muscles in your back contract. Feel your abs contract. Prep for a twist. We're going to start with the right arm. You're going to inhale up, lengthen tall, lengthen, lengthen. Start your exhale, rotate left, and bring that right arm down over to the left side. You can just rest it on your lap. You can bring your hands together on your left hip. You can cross that hand across to the left shoulder. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And check your spinal alignment. Are you arching your back or is your back lengthened? You can keep your neck relaxed or you can turn your head and look over the back shoulder also. Try and keep your knees apart. Feet face forward. Inhale, right arm comes up. Lengthen and twist back to neutral. Exhale, bring that arm down. Shake it out. We're going to do the other side. Roll around, shake around, little movements. Ready for left. Inhale, arm up. Start to twist to the right. Bringing that arm down onto the right side, either on your thigh, on your right hip, cross over to your right shoulder. Play around with it. Find the spot that's most comfortable. Sorry, I got a frog. You can keep your head neutral or you can rotate it. Whichever feels good. But check your spine. Don't let your back arch. Hold those bellies in. Lengthen through the head. Couple more breaths. Inhale that left arm back up. Exhale, start to twist forward and release the arm back down. Goodness. Pardon me. I'm sure coffee's helping. Scooch ourselves forward. And we're going to go to wide legs. Take your feet out at about 45-degree angle. I think I'm gonna tuck my camera a little bit so you can see some more of my feet. There we go. So wide legs. enough derriere on your chair so you don't fall forward when you come forward. Make sure your knees stay over your ankles the entire time. Sometimes we have a tendency to roll our knees in. Let's keep them up over our ankles. Draw in through your abs to lengthen through your spine. Take a nice deep breath, lengthen up. Weight comes to your feet as you come forward. Really root into your feet, round down. You can put your hands on the floor. You can put your hands on a block or something to give you a little more height and support. You can grab your elbows with each hand so they don't actually touch the floor to give you more pull and more weight into the spine to pull it and give it some traction is the word I'm looking for. You can hang there quietly, or you can roll a little bit, or you can scream, I guess. No. You can rock side to side, shake your head no, or you can just sit still and just breathe into the back of your body. If anytime you feel like you need support and you need to release, you can lift up a little bit on your hands. You can put elbows on your knees. Push through the soles of your feet, activate your thighs, squeeze your butt, pull your belly in, and slowly walk yourself up. Rounded back, stack individual vertebrae till you bring your head back on top. Nice and tall. And just move that around a little bit. See how that feels. All right, we're going to do another twist with our legs open before we stand. Right arm, inhale up. Exhale, rotate left and bring that arm down to the left side. It can be on the thigh, it can be on the hip, it can come across over to the shoulder. Try and keep both knees over ankles. When you rotate to one side, the opposite knee kind of wants to come along with it. Breathe. Check your spine as your belly pooched out. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, rotate back, arm comes down. Other side, inhale up. Exhale, rotate right, arm comes down. Find your spot that you like the best for that arm. I like to grab across to my shoulder for some reason. It feels more stable. Make sure your back is not arching. You're not pushing your belly forward. You're staying on those sit bones, even between the tailbone and the pubic bone. Inhale, arm up. Rotate back. Exhale down. And relax. Draw your legs in. We're going to stand. And you're going to put the chair in front of you so that we can lean over it and use it for support. Like so. Stand chair width apart at least. If you want to go further, you're more than welcome to go further. Hinge right there at your hip line. Butt's going to go back. Chest is going to come forward. And you're going to put your hands on your footstool, chair, whatever you're using. And just rock your hips side to side. Nice, gentle, side to side to side. Feel the stretch in the inner thigh just by the rocking. Try not to lock out your knees. Keep your knees just a teeny micro bend soft. Rock the hips to the left. Now you can move the weight on your feet forward or backward to increase or decrease that stretch on your inner right thigh. Or you can just rock because it feels good. You can rock into it and deepen the stretch and then release it a little bit by rocking forward. Whatever feels good. We're going to give it a little bit more, and we're going to take our right hand over with our left one. Bend your left knee a tiny bit, but make sure it's bending outwards and not coming inward or forward. A little more. Stretch in that right inner thigh. You can peek over your left shoulder like you're trying to look at your hip if you want. Now I want you to lift your right toes off the floor and come up on your heel. Put your right toes back down, nice flat foot. Remember the toes are about 45 degrees away from you. Straighten your left knee if you bent it. Walk your right hand over to the right side. Draw your hips back to center and do a little bit of rocking side to side again. Take both hips right. Soften the left knee. Take your weight forward and back. Find the spot that you want to work on. I just kind of really just like the rocking back and forth today. Usually I just want to sit and stretch through it, but today I just want to rock. All right, pause for a moment. Take your left hand over there with your right one. Bend your right knee a little bit, tracking over those toes. Keep your left knee soft. You can look over your shoulder at your hip. And now lift your left toes off the floor, having just your heel, the back towards of your heel touching. A little more stretch in the inner thigh and some into the calf and back of the thigh. Lower the toes back down. Bend the right, or straighten the right knee. It's already bent. Walk the left hand over. Bring your hips back center. Rock them side to side. Shake out your legs if you want. And then come up on your tippy toes. All the way up. Now I want you to practice your balance. Maybe you come up on the tips of your fingers like spider hands. Maybe you switch to being on your knuckles. Maybe you switch back and forth between the two while you're on your tippy toes. Flat feet down, press your hips back, weight to the heels of your feet. Same thing, change your hand position a little bit. Maybe you're barely touching, barely holding on. Feel your sit bones open up and broaden through the glutes. Knees are bent, more than micro bent, so you really have weight backwards. Come forward, up on tiptoes. Change your hand. You can change one hand at a time or just lift one hand and switch. Lift the other one. On your balance. On the core supporting you. Flat feet down, push your hips back. Bend into your knees a little bit more. Reach your butt like you're trying to touch that wall back there. Soften your hands, soften your grip. Draw that core in. And come back to flat foot. Shake out your legs. You have a couple of choices. You can either take your elbows to the seat of the chair, you can take your forehead to the seat of the chair, or you can completely remove the chair and take your hands to the floor. Nice, relax. When you lean over like this, you don't have to be completely still unless you want. You can move a little bit. Lifting and lowering your heels or rocking through your hips, rocking through your shoulders, whatever feels good. All right, root your feet, pull your belly in, start lifting, rolling yourself up, nice and slow. Bring your head up top, take a breath. Exhale, arms go down, press that air away. We're gonna do another breath. Inhale up and bring your hands together overhead. Like take your fingers, interlace them, and then draw your shoulders away from your ears. So you're taking your shoulder blades down your back. You have space between your ears and shoulders. And just find your balance. Lengthen through your core. Big deep breath. Exhale, arms down. You can fold forward again if you want, or you can just exhale and bring your arms down. It's totally up to you. And everybody work your way to the floor. We're gonna sit first. I know that's not what you probably wanted to hear, but that's what we get to do. Get the coffee out of the way or I will spill it. Grab dog leash, strap, towel. We're gonna sit up tall with our feet out in front of us. And you're gonna lasso your feet. But I want you to lasso not in your arch today, or not in your arch right now. I want you to bring it up and be across where your bunion would be if you had one, and right below your pinky toe, the joint right below your pinky toe. And I want you to flex your feet, but not so much that your toes roll back. I want you to make sure that your knees and are hip width apart, your feet are hip width apart. If you need to pull up your excess booty to sit taller, or you want to sit on a little cushion, sitting on a little cushion is perfectly fine. Bending your knees up some like this is also perfectly fine. Whichever you feel better about. The only thing I do not want you to do is lock your knees out completely, so that your heel lifts off and your knees are locked. It's the only thing that I don't want you to do. Other than that, get comfortable in this position. So I want you to reach down far enough so that you can have a nice pull on your feet and bring your elbows close to your body. And then lengthen through the crown of your head. Draw your low abs in, draw your pelvic floor up away from your hip joints. Lengthen through your crown. And if that's enough stretch for you, you could stay there. If you think you can do a little bit more, keep your hands and arms without moving, and just lean through your arms. Tall spine. One more breath. Come back up. All the way up. Relax your feet, relax your hands. We're going to do one leg at a time. So you can take one leg out and keep it straight, or you can bend it in, whichever feels more comfortable to you. But make sure that this leg stays right out from you. Bring it out, not on the arch. We're working on the top part of the foot. And really the reason we're doing that is for dexterity in the feet. The top part of the foot has a lot more squishiness to it. It moves a lot more. So we're trying to resist the pull as we pull on either side of it. So lengthen up nice and tall, same exact position, deep breath. Exhale, just lean forward if you can. Lengthen through the crown, draw the pelvic floor up. It's like you're trying to lift your belly off your thigh. And I mean, even in my case, that's not happening, but I feel the muscle engagement. And come back up. Switch feet. Make sure that leg's straight out in front. Make sure you're up higher on your foot. Don't let your body twist towards that open leg if you're not, the leg you're not using. Pull in tight, deep breath. Exhale, start to lean forward. Pull the pelvic floor up, lengthen through the crown. And gently relax, release your strap. Draw both feet in, soles together. You can use the strap or not use the strap. I don't care one way or the other. If you're going to use the strap, you can put it towards the arches, over the tops of your feet so that you can hold on to that and have a flat back, because we're going to take flat back forward. If you want to hold on to your shins and flat back, or go to your feet, whatever's the easiest for you and you feel most supported. I'm going to try without. So start with a nice deep breath, nice and tall first. Exhale, come forward. Lengthen through the crown, draw up through the pelvic floor, so as if you're trying to pull yourself away from your legs. And maybe you want to rock side to side a little bit from one cheek to the other, or just your upper body moving. Maybe you don't want to rock at all. Maybe you want to do little pulses forward. Find what feels good to you. Maybe you want to squeeze and release your glutes, either individually or together. Feel the difference in your pelvic floor, in your support system. Or maybe you want to round your back and drop your head. You don't have to. If you have a pillow or something that you can kind of stuff up underneath your belly, a cushion to provide some support, you can do that. 2 or 3 couch pillows stuffed up there. Let your head hang. Gently start walking your hands. Put the support of your body in your hands instead of trying to use your back muscles to pull yourself up. Zipping up your abs like you're zipping up a pair of pants till you're nice and tall. And you can either straighten one leg at a time or you can assist it one leg at a time up until they're up nice and straight again, up tall, facing forward. And you can grab behind your thighs and roll yourself back nice and slow, or you can lay down however you feel most comfortable doing so. Drawing your knees up once you reach the floor. Just relax for a moment. You can rock and roll. You can just hang out. Put your left foot on the floor. Put your right ankle on your left thigh, right below your knee. Actually, you want to be on not on the ankle bone. Let the ankle bones hang off a little bit. And you're going to either put your palm of your hand on your inner right thigh, or you can put something between your hand and your leg to press it away from you slightly. You got short arms or you're pushing and you're not feeling anything, you can put something to make your arm, extend your arm and make it longer so that you can press. I have nothing in my phone. I can use my phone. Use the end of my phone, put it right below my knee and just press. Draw your belly into your back to support your spine if you need to. If you need to squeeze your left glute in order to keep from rotating too much in the hips, you can do that. Relax, and then take your left hand on the outside of that thigh below the knee and just draw it across a little bit just to get a little stretch through the glute. And you can just sit here like this, or you can actually roll your hips if you want a little bigger stretch. Roll yourself back if you roll. Right foot on the floor, left on thigh. Use something to extend your arm if you need to. I'm using the end of my phone in my hand and the other end pressed right below my knee and the meaty part of my inner thigh, pressing it away. I've got my opposite glute tight so that my hips do not over tilt to downward. Keeping that stability in my hip. Breathe. Release that leg, right hand on the outside. Just draw the knee across midline a little bit, or you can also roll if you want to add the roll. Don't have to roll. There's the sound of Shavasana. Roll yourself back. If you roll, releasing your foot. And prepare yourself for Shavasana. If you want to take a couple of seconds to roll with your knees up or to windshield wiper, you can. Gather all your creature comforts. Bring yourself nice and tall. Everything nice and supported. Support your head. Support your back by putting your feet up on something. You can put your feet up on a couch, chair, or put something underneath your knees. Like, we use a bolster in class. You can always use something you can find there. Make sure hips and shoulders are lined up. Allow your feet to roll out, allowing them to relax. Make sure that your head is supported slightly if needed so that you're not jutting your chin towards the ceiling. You have a long back of your neck. You can cover your eyes if you want. Just tune into your breath and tune into your body. Feel the breath, the energy of the breath move through the body like we did when we were seated. When we exhale, we feel it settle down into our pelvic floor. When we inhale, we start to feel the energy breath move up to the crown. Almost like an accordion. You're inhaling and opening, you're exhaling and kind of sinking, shrinking in. Imagine that accordion opening and you lengthening your body just barely an inch, centimeters. And as you exhale, that accordion starts to close, pressing out that air. A few more of these energy accordion style breaths with slight movements, slight lengthening, slight compression. And allow your breathing to just relax. Relinquish control of your breath. Observe the natural path that it takes. Feel the wiggles disseminate to the ground. Feel your awareness right between your eyes, right at that bone where your eyebrows if your eyebrows were in the shape of a slight shape of an M, where they just kind of roll together in the center. And imagine that your eyes, your eyebrows kind of separate and create space. Relax through your mind. Relax through your forehead. Relax down your jaw, down your neck, and over your shoulders. Relaxing all the way down your arms to the tips of your fingers. Relaxing through the walls of your chest. Relax down your belly, and down around to your back. Feel the hip bones on the mat. Relaxing your hips, glutes, down both thighs, down both calves, and relax both feet, all 10 toes. Feel the heaviness of your body release to the floor. Feel rooted and connected, grounded. Feel like each muscle is so very heavy. It melts off of the bone, kind of plops onto the ground. Your chest is so heavy that your breathing has slowed significantly. Your mind is so heavy that it presses the back of your head into the floor. And I want you to replace the floor with the sand and imagine yourself cradled by the sand. You can feel the shape of your body nestled into the soft sand. You can feel where your body's a little heavier in the shoulders, the hips, the head, and the heels. They kind of go a little deeper in the sand. The sand supports and caresses each part of the back of your body. And on the front, you feel the warm sun. You feel the warm sun on your face. If your palms are face up, you feel that on the inside of your palm. If they're face down, you feel it on the back of your hands. You feel the warm sun on the tops of your feet and your knees and your chest. And you begin to hear the sound of the ocean enter through your ears. You hear the sound of the water crashing on the shore. You hear the sound of the gulls begging for food. Arguing with each other over the latest morsel. In your mind, you can see when a gull kind of hollers, it dips his head towards the sky at the very last bit of his sound. You can see in your mind the little tiny sandpiper birds. Their feet move so quickly across the sand. And you can feel your heart beat with the rhythm of the waves. You can smell the salt air. You can feel the stress melt away. Be with your vision, with your mind, remembering the ocean. the support of the sand, the sounds, and the sights. Take a nice deep breath, filling in as much air as you possibly can. And as you exhale, return to your room, return to the hardness of the floor. Release the sand, release the sun. Feel the air in your body. Feel my voice in your ears. Feel the breath in your lungs. Gently begin wiggling your fingers and wiggle your toes. Roll your wrists, roll your ankles. Bend and straighten your elbows and knees. Squeeze and release your glutes. Arch and contract your back. Just get a tiny bit of movement into every single joint on your body. Whatever feels good. I want you to straighten out your legs, take your arms overhead, take a nice deep breath and stretch in opposite directions. Exhale and release. Draw one knee at a time in. Roll a couple moments if you'd like. Roll over onto your side. Stack your shoulders, your hips, and your knees. Trying not to roll that upper shoulder forward. You're really stacking them on top of each other, so you stay tall. Give a moment for everything to settle. And on your next breath, start peeling yourself up off of the floor. Come to find a seat that's most comfortable. Shoulders stacked over hips. Drop your head forward, just relaxing and letting it hang. No pressing, no forcing. You can roll a little side to side or shake your head in a no manner, whichever is more comfortable, whichever your body prefers today. Bring it back to center, lifting your head up, lift through the chin. Bring it back down, turn your head to the right as far as you can. Drop your nose towards the shoulder. Lift the nose to the ceiling. Back to neutral, take it over to the left side. Drop the nose to the shoulder. Lift the nose to the ceiling. Back to neutral, head forward, shoulders forward, rounding your upper back. Squeeze together in the front. Bring your shoulders up to your ears, sit up tall. Roll the shoulders around to the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up your chest. And then roll down and lift through the crown of your head. Press your shoulders down away from your ears and draw your crown away. Relax and do some intuitive movement, rolling or back and forth, whatever feels good, twisting, any last bit of movement you'd like to get in. Stacking your shoulders back over your hips. Use your arms, take a nice deep breath up. Gather as much air as you can and then push it all away on your exhale. One more breath, breathing up. Hands come together overhead. Exhale, bring them down to your chest as you flutter your eyes open. And namaste.